Hallo, wir sind immer noch auf der Spiel 2022 in Essen. Wir sind hier bei einem schönen kleinen Solo-Rollenspiel am Stand und bei mir ist der Tim. Hello Tim.
Hello there.
So, walking by yesterday, I noticed this nice banner here. And what can you tell us about Be Like a Crow?
Okay, so Be Like a Crow is a solo role-playing game. So they are a fairly new thing, but basically it's a good product for people that either haven't played role-playing games before because it gives them an introduction to a lot of the concepts in role-playing games, but it's also good for people that understand role-playing games because one of the big problems is scheduling. You can't always get a group together, and it allows you to have an adventure, tell a story by yourself, and then it just allows you to be creative, basically.
Okay, so what is the setting of the game?
What's what, sorry?
The setting.
All right, so what's quite interesting about this is there are several settings in this game. So once you've created a character which is a type of corvid, so it isn't just crows, there's magpies, etc., jackdaws, rooks and ravens. You can choose in the core rulebook there's 6 settings. So you've actually got you've got an urban setting, which is like maybe a crow flying around Essen, living its daily stressful life. You've got a cyberpunk setting. You've got steampunk. You've got like a fantasy setting, so like Lord of the Rings or D&D high fantasy. You've got a gothic setting, which is a really good one for crows, skulking around in graveyards. Or you've got the Tower of London, which is kind of based around some mythology from the UK that there are actually ravens kept in the tower, and if ever the ravens leave, that means the monarch will fall. So that one you have to protect the monarch. So there's several settings. There's also a new Cthulhu setting. So we've got a horror setting which introduces a new fear rule, so your bird can become afraid as well.
And how exactly does it work?
Right, so the first thing you do is you create your character, which is based around one of several types of bird. Your statistics do actually relate to the birds in their real life, so it guides you in filling in a character sheet, which you would do in most role-playing games. So when you fill in your character sheet, you also have some free choices. So each bird you create can be slightly different. Also, the setting that you choose has a bearing on your characteristics, because, for instance, if you play a cyber crow, as you level up, you might be able to get a bionic eye or a mechanical wing, which would let you fly quicker or maybe search for things better. So that's how you start, create your character. Then the next thing you do is you either download a map from our website, or you can use your own map related to the setting. It becomes like a hex crawl in D&D terms, which basically means you travel from one hexagon or one square to the next, and every time you do that, you use a deck of cards to generate an event, something that happens to you. The events can be quite a number of things. So they could be meeting another character, that could be a friendly character, a hostile character, finding an object, but some of the events are actually objectives. They are things you have to do. And it's these objectives that help you level up in the game. So you start off as a baby bird, a fledgling, and to go up to the next level you need to do 2 objectives. You become a juvenile, then 4 to become an adult, and then 6 to become what we call an old crow. So you can finish the game at old crow. So if you want to talk in terms of what the overall objective of the game is, you complete 12 objectives and then you can finish. Generally that takes about 9 hours to do, so you can do it in small sessions like an RPG, but probably an hour to an hour and a half I usually play a session, but you can use as much time as you want to be creative with it. Depends how much you want to write, how much you want to embellish your story. And yeah, that's basically how it works. A quicker way of I describe it is I call it creative writing with rules. Okay?
Okay, are you planning to release any more content for it?
Yeah, we are. So there's 2 things we've got on the horizon. So the first one coming up very soon, before Christmas, is a Western scenario for it, which is going to be called A Fistful of Feathers. We always try to go with funny names for them. That's going to have some more rules in it related to the type of crow you can be, like maybe a bounty hunter crow, etc. And then what a lot of people asked me for last year when the Kickstarter launched was a multiplayer version of it. So I am going to work on a multiplayer version of Be Like a Crow, where you can get all your friends together, sit around the table, and I'm going to endeavour to make it so you can use the same character sheet, so you can play a solo mode and bring your solo creations to the multiplayer version of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, yeah? So where can people find you online?
Right, so you can come to our site, which is criticalkit.co.uk. You can also, easier, you can type belikeacrow.com, and that will bring you to our site. And any new games I'm working on are on there. We're experimenting with GameFound at the moment, but we tend to use Kickstarter to get games. Sometimes we will self-fund games as well, so we'll put like a lot of the expansions and things, we'll do them ourselves, and they'll just appear online every couple of months.
Okay then, thank you for your time and
you.
good luck with your game.
Thank you very much. Thank you.